Hey guys, Max with Hobbyking back here with another product profile for you, and today we have the brand new Hall Cherokee Glider from Asia. Alright guys, so we are out here at the Wingnuts Flying Field on Eastern Long Island, and we have the Hall Cherokee Glider from Hobbyking. So before we go up and do some flying, I'm going to run you down on some specs on this guy. Now on the top, we have a 64mm removable ducted fan pod. The Cherokee Glider comes with 4 9-gram servos pre-installed, 2 for your ailerons, 1 for your elevator, 1 for your rudder, and it uses a 4-channel or up to 6-channel receiver. Now battery size, you can use a 1500 milliamp 3-cell, but I have in here now a 2200 3-cell. Fits great, no issues with the CG, and you get a little more flight time than you would with the 1500. Now as I mentioned, this EDF pod here on top is removable, so if you want to take it off, you can do some gliding using a tow plane like our Durafly Tundra, which we will show you in a little bit, or you can leave it on and get towed up with the EDF pod on, and then once you get released and you're done gliding, you can power up the EDF and continue on with your flying. So a couple great options here for how to fly this plane. Now flight characteristics, this guy flies really well. Super simple to fly, is really easy to fly with the EDF pod on or off, glides very well in either configuration, and taking off and landing are also a breeze. Hand launch is great, and you can even take off from the ground if you have a smooth enough surface, as you have this little landing gear wheel right here. And landing is super easy. You just set her in and it comes right down really great. Now with the towing, you also have a tow release mechanism up here in the nose. You stick your tow line right through here and you just grab it with the tow release mechanism. It's powered by a servo with a channel on your transmitter. And then when you're ready to release, just click it, tow line drops out, and away you go. All right, so we're all set up here and ready to go, so let's go do some flying. Alrighty guys, so as I mentioned, hand launching is super easy, and since we're on some thicker grass here, I'm going to toss it up for a hand launch. Away she goes, not much effort, about half throttle on the stick right now. We'll climb her up in the sky, float around a little bit. Now we can turn the pod off and just float around in the sky. Again, super easy to fly. Now as we get low, we can just power up the pod again and go right back up. All right, so now we'll just do some mild aerobatics. Like I mentioned, you get some loops and some rolls in there. So with the EDF pod on, throw a roll into it. Nice and slow and huge with that big wing. And up we go. There we go. Nice little loop in there. Now with the power off, this thing flies really well, slowly. Whew. No issues bringing it down, nice and slow. Now I think we're gonna bring her in for a landing, and we'll bring in our surprise guest pilot, and we'll take the Cherokee up for some tow action with its partner, the Tundra. Super easy landing, just bring it right in, she glides right in. And now let's get her up for some towing. All right guys, surprise pilot, Tom Hunt here with the Tundra. He's gonna take us up for some towing. We've got the EDF pod taken off of the Cherokee. We have our tow line hooked up with our tow mechanism. We're gonna go take her up for some flying. You ready, Tom?
Yes, I am.
Let's do it. Alrighty, up we go.
Very slowly.
Take me up a little bit higher. All right. Now super easy towing with the Tundra. She pulls her up great, right Tom?
Oh yeah, it was no effort at all.
All right, you ready? Once we get straight, I'm gonna release, okay?
Okay.
All right, here we go. And I'm off.
And I'm free. And I'll beat you down.
Probably.
Full flaps.
And like I mentioned guys, without the EDF pod just gliding around, this is great. We have a little bit of a breeze now, but the Cherokee flies excellent. Gliding up there, don't even have to worry about anything.
Yep, good penetration. Yep, very nice. You might actually get there. You will.
I'm getting there.
Beautiful, nice penetration.
Are you ready, Tom?
I'm ready.
All right, let's go.
Great.
And I'm up, you're up. The Cherokee comes right off the ground, being towed by the Tundra. Tundra has no problem pulling her either.
No, I half power to get off the ground, and I only go much more than half to climb at a brisk rate.
And you're not using any flaps on that guy either,
No,
right?
no, there's no reason to. The flaps just add more drag. The airplane can fly probably almost as slow as that glider can anyway. All right, so go ahead and release when you're ready.
All right, and get her into the wind. And I'm off.
And I'm good. I'm coming home. And you can do your thing here.
Doing my thing.
Dive in the Tundra.
And again, guys, Cherokee's gliding super well. Again, we have a little bit of a breeze, so she's flying great. Doesn't lose much altitude without that EDF pod. Gonna take a swooping pass at Alex, see what happens.
Very good.
All right, guys, as you can see, the Cherokee, super great flying plane. Gliding with or without the EDF pod powered, it is just an overall great flyer. Tundra tows it up very easily, and it's very easy to put together. The build process is super simple, so we're gonna take it back inside the studio and show you that right now. So this is everything you're gonna get when you get your new Cherokee glider. It comes in this nice box here, but we don't need that, so we'll get that out of the way. Then inside the box, you'll find all these pieces. You have your fuselage already pre-assembled for you with the vertical stab and the rudder. You get your servos, they're 9-gram servos pre-installed, and you get your tow release mechanism servo already installed and set up for you. Get your horizontal stabilizer. You get 2 wing halves, again already set up with 9-gram servos pre-installed on the wings. You'll get your EDF pod, has the 64mm ducted fan installed and the wires routed down for you. You'll get a 30 amp ESC with an XT60 connector and the connector here for your motor wires. You get a parts baggie with all your screws, servo Y leads, and anything you're gonna need to finish the build. And then you're also going to get a full color manual. Nice color manual with all the steps to build, all the setups, steps, and setup for towing instructions. So that's everything that came in the box, and we finished up the build using our FR Sky Tyrannus, and that was coupled with a FR Sky D6 FR receiver. And battery size is recommended for a 1500 3S, but we used an 1800 3S, fit perfectly inside the fuselage, and we got a little more flight time out of it. So the build for the Cherokee is super simple. It's only 10 steps in the manual, so we're gonna take you through all of those steps right now. So step 1 is to install your horizontal stab using the 2 M2 by 32mm coarse threaded screws, which is super simple. You just need a Phillips head screwdriver to finish. Step 2 is to install the fiberglass wing joiner till it's about halfway exposed in your wing half, which is super easy, just gotta press it in. So step 3 is to insert your wing halves into the fuselage, and when you're doing that, you just wanna make sure that you tuck your servo wires from the wings down into the fuselage so they can plug into your receiver. Again, super simple, just gotta press them into the fuselage. Step 4 is to secure those wings in the fuselage using the single M3 by 10mm screw. Super easy again, just Phillips head straight down through the top, and then you're going to want to replace the little magnetic hatch that comes with the fuselage back on top of it. Step 5 is to attach your EDF pod and make sure that you feed your ESC and motor wires down through the fuselage. Now step 6 is to secure your EDF pod using the pin, which just pushes right through the front when you remove your hatch. Step 7 is to center your elevator and rudder servo arms, so you're going to want to make sure that they are 90 degrees to the fuselage. Step 8 is you're going to want to adjust the clevises on your elevator and rudder servos to make sure that everything is neutral so you don't have too much sub-trim set up in your radio before you go to fly. Step 9 is to insert your battery and check your CG. The CG is located in the front of the manual, super easy to set. And the 10th step is to just reinstall your canopy hatch and you're all set to fly. So that about wraps it up, guys, for the Hall Cherokee Glider from H-King. Fun little sport flyer here. It's really awesome with the EDF pod on top, so you can launch this as a glider, tow it behind your favorite plane like our Tundra, which we had doing, and then once you're off the tow hook, you can go powering and gliding around. Super easy to put together, 10 steps, had it together very, very quickly. Really easy 5-channel control with the tow release mechanism. Make sure you guys pick one up, make sure you guys stay subscribed to Hobbyking Live, and stay tuned for more product profiles.